Hello, today we are going to make our first website, more specifically a landing page and a contact form for our website. We will be utilizing a very user-friendly software today to do this, and it requires no coding experience. The software is called Mobilize, and it is an easy-to-use web building application. It's free to use, and there are many tips and tricks you can do to unlock many of the premium features for free. We'll download the latest version of Mobilize off their official website, mobilize.com. I would recommend avoiding other sources as they may contain viruses or modifications. The official site is the best place to get the download from, and that's mobilize.com. Once installed and open, we'll be given a default template for our website. This is a good start, but we're going to start from scratch to make our own. In the corner menu, we will see a lot of pre-designed blocks that we can drag and drop into the white space. We'll start by adding a menu at the top. This will be where they can navigate through the entire website without scrolling everywhere first. Next, we'll go through and find a header we like. This video header looks good to me. We're going to throw in a short about page to give our website some flair. And finally, a contact form so people can reach out to us via email. This contact form, when verified, will allow users to send you emails directly from the website. It's all coded inside this form so they won't have to navigate past this page. We'll throw a simple footer if we feel the need, and everything looks ready to publish. Let's see what the published version looks like, shall we? Looks good so far. We have our top menu set, the video background is working, the about page is here, contact button sends us to the contact selection of the page, and the contact form looks as expected. Oh, and the footer has our latest information populated. It's all looking good so far. How do we get it to appear on the website so we can see it live in action now? A long question with a simple answer. SFTP. We will use SFTP, which is SSH Transfer Protocol, to securely connect to the network and send data from our alternative devices to the server. To do this, we will need to move back to Ubuntu. Back in Ubuntu, we're going to open the terminal and start by editing the SSH config. To do this, we'll enter in sudo nano etc ssh. This folder directory is where the ssh_config is located. We'll scroll to the very bottom without editing anything right now. At the very bottom, we'll add a few lines to tell SSH what it can and cannot do to and for the server. As mentioned in the previous video, with our Apache config, we may have some security vulnerabilities. We'll help patch those up right here with these next few variables. Match user, and we will set that to the user we defined. If you have multiple users that need access, you can add them by separating them with a comma. So I will do match user Rivers, comma, Danny, comma, Kate. Note that there is no space in between the comma and the next name. Force command internal SFTP. Force command internal SFTP forces the SSH server to run the SFTP server upon login, disallowing shell access. Password authentication, yes. Password authentication, yes, simply allows password authentication for this user. chroot directory /var/sftp. The chroot directory ensures that the user will not be allowed to access anything or do anything beyond the var/sftp directory. Permit tunnel, no. Permit tunnel is for tunnel devices, which are like virtual network interfaces. They can be used for things such as a VPN connection through SSH. This will direct all traffic to the targeted network it's tunneled to. Allow agent forwarding no. Allow TCP forwarding no. X11 forwarding no. So finally we have these three, and with them together they will disable the port forwarding, tunneling, and the X11 forwarding. We do this to limit the access a user has to the server. This will patch up much of the vulnerabilities that were previously available. We've got the SFTP set and ready. Now it's time to connect to the server using our favorite FTP program. A popular one is FileZilla, which is a good tool for managing your files from almost any device. I personally use WinSCP. It's been around since 2000 and I've been using it since about 2004. Remember, when downloading any file, make sure the source is legitimate. You don't want to risk getting a virus. I'll be navigating to winscp.net and downloading the latest version available. Once installed, and I recommend the default Commander installation, you'll be presented with this connection window. On the left we have New Site, which we can also right-click in that space to pull up a menu for more options. This is where all the sites we save will be located for quicker access later. On the right, we have our protocols for how we will be connecting. For this example, we will need to use SFTP, which is port 22. The host name can be either an IP address or a domain name. We set everything up linking to the DNS, so we may as well use it. And finally, we enter the username and password. Optionally, you can save this, but that can be very insecure. Accept the certificate. It should not ask you again unless your system or installation changes. And we now have access to the system for this user. You'll see that the entire desktop, documents, videos, and everything else the user can access is here. We'll navigate to the web server folder, which is at var www, and the custom folder we made for the web server that you named earlier. Inside, we have a default homepage. I'll delete this since I don't need it anymore. From here, we can simply drag and drop our entire website contents into the directory. Make sure not to drag and drop the folder itself, as that will force it to make a new location on the web server. You'll want the index page in the assets folder inside the root of your custom folder on the web server. Everything looks good so far. Buttons all work, the website is the same layout as we made it, and the video background is loaded. That's good. We've now got a secure connection to go through when accessing files for the web server and any other applications we need. In the next video, we'll go through getting PHP MyAdmin set up and ready for our first database.